Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? Well, that statement, you would think, well, I'd rather be happy. But there's so much contention in our society today because somebody's right, somebody's wrong, it's somebody's fault. They're trying to prove it. And all this argument and contention, and it has led to hate and misery. And so I wanted to talk about this topic today. Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? I would rather be happy. I really think about this, I thought I needed to be right because I didn't have enough self-esteem to be wrong. So I needed to be right, and I needed to tell you why I was right, and I defended myself. And somebody had to be right and somebody had to be wrong. Either, this is that somebody's got to lose and somebody's got to win, and no one's happy. It's an environment of arguments and contention and I like what it says in Proverbs. A man would rather live in the corner of the housetop than in the house with a contentious woman. So I'm going to go over 5 main tips that I've learned on how to be happier. The first thing I want to talk about is you don't have to correct them. They mispronounce a word, you correct them. They're telling a story and you were there and they don't have all the facts right. So you correct them. Or they're talking about their opinion and you think it's wrong, so you correct them. This just causes contention. The other person, feels that they don't know what they're talking about. Or, they get mad because you're correcting them. Or how about giving advice? Man, this was one of my deals, I thought I knew what was best for everybody, and I would tell them. I would give them advice. They didn't ask for it. Unsolicited advice is an act of hostility. I'm thinking I'm right, and I gotta let them know, and I give them advice. That other person begins to feel like that they don't know what they're doing. Or I think that they don't know what they're doing. And if I think I know what's best for everybody, then I am playing God, because only God knows what's best for another person. What an ego that is. I joke about I had a little junior God badge and I wore it around, and I would dole out all this advice and my life was a mess. I needed to turn that around and apply all that to me and take off my junior God badge. Only God knows what's best for other people. Now, I am in a profession that I get paid for giving advice. But my friends or my husband or my kids, if they don't ask for it, I don't give it. If they come to me and they are, I call it therapuking, then I validate. I'm a lot happier because I'm not trying to control the universe and control everybody and, have them do what I think they should do. If everybody acted like me, the next concept that I want to talk about so that you'll be happier is you don't have to show up to every argument you're invited to. Wow, that set me free. Somebody would say something and I would react to it, and I didn't have to show up. If somebody told me how they felt about something And I took offense to that, then became defensive. That's the next one. Then, you know, I, I would defend or explain or tell them why I thought they were wrong or whose fault it was. And it started, man, that friction, argumentative, hateful. Yes, can't be hateful and grateful. And so I learned some platitudes to diffuse an argument. And that is, I'm sorry you feel that way. You know, you could be right. I understand. My husband uses this one. I see what you're saying. Of course, I know what he's doing. We don't argue a lot. And it makes a drama-free life to not have all of that turmoil. And man, you're a lot happier when there's not a lot of arguments and a lot of contention. And I see so much of this, and it destroys relationships. You don't have to defend or explain yourself to anyone. Whatever we defend against, we make real. And defending ourselves against an irrational person is like donning armor to protect yourself from a nuclear explosion. It is a waste of time. I would defend myself, trying to explain and make others understand, when the only person that needed to understand was me. You know, it's like the police officer when he stops you for speeding and he comes up and he's defending himself for stopping you. He doesn't do that. He just tells you the facts because he has the authority to do that. State the fact. And that's it. If you're wrong, there is no defense. And if you're right, you don't need any defense. The police officer doesn't need any defense for stopping you for speeding. And that was a key lesson that I learned. I stopped defending myself because it was a waste of time. And it robbed me of my happiness. And then the last thing I want to talk about is why. Why did they do this? Why? Why did they say that? Why did they act that way? Why? Why is a judgment question. I am judging that other person if I am asking why, because I don't have a clue why they are doing what they do. I don't know another person's feelings, thoughts, why they act the way they do. I don't know their past. I don't know their experiences. So to ask why, you know, with my group of friends, we joke around about going to Walmart and buying a can of Act Right. And then we're just going to spray everybody because nobody acts right. So asking why and trying to figure that out robs you of your happiness. The only why you need to ask is, why am I doing that? Why did I feel that way? Why did I react and not respond? Turn the spotlight on yourself and to dissect your why. If you value what I share here, thank you for watching. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Share this with somebody that you think might benefit from what I say. Comment below. Tell me how you struggle with this, of wanting to be right. So would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? It takes a little to be happy. And for the 20% of you that are still here watching, thank you. I value your time, and I value you for spending time with me here on YouTube. And remember, to be you on purpose.